Hello fellow YouTubers, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. On the last episode, we started talking with Damon Gant, the chief of police, and found out that another murder took place on the same day as the one that we are currently trying to solve, and it was another detective, and it happened at the police department. And also there's this giant rift apparently between the prosecutors and the police department, because of that and some misinformation, like why the evidence inside the exhaust pipe, which turned out to be Lana's scarf and a switchblade, were never discovered before today. So, on this episode, we are going to be trying to find out a little bit more about what happened at the murder in the police department, and why the switchblade was here, and how it exactly links up together with this murder. So, we're getting a chance to to ask him one question and one question only. Where the victim was found, how the victim was killed, and when the victim died. So, the only choice that we really want to do, I mean, how the victim was killed, that's not really important. When the victim died, we already know it was 5:15. So where the victim was found is probably the only thing that we don't have any more information on, except that it's at the police department. So tell me, where was the victim found?
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department.
The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard of that. The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now?
This knife is evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
There's a connection between the two cases. I like how we had that flashback for something that happened probably 5-10 minutes ago. No, I'm gonna add that flashback into my editing. Oh, God. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Oh, God, Emma, I'm so sorry. I need a drink of water. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between these two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now, we can get Gant to testify about the details. So we're back to the testimony again. Oop, wrong one. That was actually one I want to do. I'm skipping this one. I should be reading it. Oh well. We'll just avoid everything that we've done here. I mistakenly should have done this. All right, so back to that statement. Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. And right there. So we're going to press this one. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. My throat.
You don't say. Well, out with it, righto. What's your connection?
Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen. From the police department to the evidence room. Oh, God.
Not to mention the victim had written down the numbers on the knife's evidence tag.
And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department, why can I never say detective correctly, was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence.
You two make a good pair.
If you haven't noticed, Gant likes to stare, and it lasts a little bit longer than comfortable.
It took my man 2 days to find out what you deduced right here.
2 days? Didn't happen? Oh, it happened 2 days ago. So it took them all this time to find out? It took us 10 minutes.
Chief, I requested you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet, and all.
Can we get the information unofficially?
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all.
What? Really? Isn't that easy, Phoenix? You would have guessed. Yeah, that the chief of police is kind of... Oh, I'm not reading.
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay?
Well, that doesn't really help us that much, so let's press this statement. If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything?
Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. So we can ask the victim's division, the victim's ID number, or the victim's gender. The thing is, all these questions would help us a little bit, but one of these will help us narrow it down to pretty much one person alone, and that is the ID number. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number?
Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that.
Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all.
We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 584-2189.
Well, that's quite long.
And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts.
82. I can't do it. Judge, it's 7 numbers. It's the same length as your phone number. That's why phone numbers are 7 numbers, because they're easy to remember. I mean, that's the most that we can remember at one time, simply. Or is it 9? Is that why they have the area codes? I think it's 7. Like 7 is the easiest length of numbers to remember. At least the longest and easiest length of numbers to remember. Like if you go past 8, it starts getting weird. You didn't even get the first number right. Oh, I didn't even notice that. It was a 5, wasn't it? I forgot. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? No, I gotta end this episode so I can, sleep. The ID number of the victim at the police department, 584-2189. This tells me something or this tells me nothing. Well, it is very unique, and it'd be a shame if it said this tells me nothing, but there's actually something that links us to this number. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. Oh, that was a weird end. I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think this is. It is. Ugh. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? So, the only thing that we can really have that'll give us any information about this whatsoever is Goodman's ID, which happens to be 584-2189. That number sounds very familiar. Witness! What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. What a weird analogy. No, I got confused.
And this is news?
Ooh, take that, Phoenix. Huh?
Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do.
To make an Edward sound incredibly bored. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Shame on you, Rido. Personal IDs are top secret.
Detective Goodman's ID number is 584-2189. And? This means what exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82... I've forgotten. You even got the first number wrong. Again. The number the chief of police gave us was 584-2189.
Wait a second, Wright.
Oh, God. Oh, every voice is going away right now.
What does this
Mean? Well, that's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that?
Oh! Oh! Sharp as attack, Righto. Sharp as attack.
But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. What is wrong with the judge? He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet, a detective, Bruce Goodman, was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time.
That's impossible. So, what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time? And in a completely different location?
Order! 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 Chief, what does this mean?
No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine. But I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. No, just wait a minute, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said, wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins?
Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait! Aha! Excuse me, but is this Mr. Edward, anywhere in the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I got your report, sir.
You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that the report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Gah! Why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer is capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
In any case, this is a serious error. A gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law,
Well, Mr. Wright? Yeah, like Mr. Wright should know. He should know. I mean, this is the first time we're hearing about these laws in the past 4 cases. Huh? Oh, well, it's,
Rule 2. New evidence may only be submitted if it concerns the case on trial. And how is this relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in the court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
so, what does this mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Righto over there. Good job, Righto, my boy. My boy.
I was just doing my job.
No. No!
He's delving into Von Karma territory with his voice. It seems we have come to the end of this trial.
You're becoming a thorn in my side, Worthy. There have been rumors. After all, you were in the defendant's chair just last year. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened, if it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time. Really. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Or Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. We will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will this be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. And we got that to be continued sign, which means that trial is finally done for today. God dang it, it's been a while. We're on what episode? This is episode 86. When was the first episode that we did of the trial alone? Now you can see why. I think I mentioned that this trial is supposed to be, or this case at least is supposed to be the longest case in the entire series, I think. Yeah, since episode 78. So we've been with 8 episodes on this one day of trial alone. And we still have to do the investigation. We have another trial date. So I think we're going to call this is a perfect place to call it an episode. So we'll call it an episode here. On the next episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, we're finally going to get back to the investigation phase so that we can find out what happened with this supposed other murder that had the same victim. So until next time, hopefully you enjoy. I don't even know why I came in here. There's no one here to talk to. Let's go talk with Ashley. We haven't talked with Ashley in Normandy since... well, we didn't even talk with her in Mass Effect 1.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Okay, you don't say anything at all. Good. Great. I'm so glad you're on the ship again. Yeah, and here's Fane's room. Something right there. I'd have been very upset if that was like one of the